Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, October 15th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. Oops. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is ironic. Our energy mantra is, I bring my inner peace to the outer revolution evolution. And sometimes inner peace also has you smacking things on the way up. So, I have some interesting things. I have a few offerings that I'm going to mention at the end, and I think these offerings, there's a few, maybe of interest. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so that being said, for Wednesday, we have the moon continuing through Leo. We have the sun at our final revolution evolution day of sun in Libra. So we have the sun at 22 degrees. That brings those Uranus energies, plus it brings the master layer. And so we're working on evolving ourselves into peace, but also bringing whatever peace we can bring within ourselves to the evolution revolution that's currently happening in the world. Now, the 22 degree kind of pushes it to a master level. And I have to say, the first part of the day is a little bit challenging, and then it kind of eases off a little bit. So the first part of the day has the moon in Leo connecting to heart, connecting to play, connecting to joy, squaring Scorpio. So we have both Mercury and Mars in Scorpio. And that moon, Mercury, Scorpio, for many of us, that's going to be in dream time. You may have to face some fears. You may have to face some places where you need boundaries. You may have to face some of that stuff coming up in dream time. You may also have to have some strong boundaried conversations with this square. And I encourage you with this to stay in your heart, to connect to Leo and realize that you can have strong and beautiful boundaries and still stay in your heart. And even if people don't like them, it doesn't mean that your boundaries are wrong. So be aware of that. Now, there also can sometimes be the other case that we need to let a little heart energy into our thinking, especially if our thinking has been extra severe lately. So, it works both ways when we have these squares. We then have the moon and Mars. Ugh. Moon-Mars squares are not fun. This happens at 8:50 a.m. Pacific time. So, just a peak part of the day for most of the world. This energy may get kind of cranky. I often think that when we have Moon and Mars connections, it does lead to temper tantrums. Our frustrations can come up to the surface. The emotional Moon meets reactive Mars. And so the square energy also makes it difficult. It's usually not super passionate. It's usually pretty grumpy. And you may find yourself acting out the grumpiness. Like I said, it could be a temper tantrum, whatever. Peace, inner peace, right? And smack the things while you're at it. So do watch for that. Now, you might have to check yourself, because I think sometimes this can often be like Moon in Leo. The fire signs are really impatient. I say as a fire sign. I say as a Moon in Leo person. So you may find impatience encroaching on your energy field. You may feel like, can this just be? Can I just get this thing already? This really could be around like what you desire, or even just the desire to play. I do have like the playfulness card mixed in here. Just the desire. Like, can things just be easy? This also feeds into that revolution evolution energy. So, like I said, it's a little cranky. Fortunately, the moon moves fairly fast. And so the moon will move on. And then it gets a lot calmer. I'm not going to say that it's perfect. No such thing. No such thing as perfect. But it definitely will ease a bit. We end the day with the sun and the moon in connection. Sun in Libra, Moon in Leo. Again, feeling yourself, having some great conversations, having some beautiful insight, even making beautiful connections in and through this energy. So I love that for how the day evolves. But just know that the crankiness is there. So let's look at the cards before I bring you my offerings. Like I said, we do have the playfulness card, but it admits the challenges of the day. We have some projection energy, so watch that. That makes sense with this sun at the revolution, evolution of Libra. So much of stuff is projection, whether it's been projected on us, we're projecting it at somebody. So awareness of those projection energies. Also being really aware of how your mind is deciding to decode something for you. And this might be part of that Moon Mercury, square. And can you look at it through the eyes of love? Can you look at it through the eyes of patience? Can you look at it from your boundaried self, if that's what you need? Or can you look at it from a place where you've been able to look beyond your boundaries, if that's something you need? I know that sounds a little weird, but sometimes we think we're laying down boundaries, but what we've really laid down is like an iron fortress around ourselves that has cut us off from everything. So be aware of that. This is where your discernment or getting some support can be helpful. Just watch for your ego. I always feel like this card is like ego with the little, rooster on the head. So we also have the control card, and we might feel again some of that with Mars and Scorpio. Mars and Scorpio definitely wants control. We're coming off Pluto going direct and Pluto making some really strong connections, and that even might be playing into some of these power and control dynamics. So be aware of this. This is also reminding you to align your thinking. Really be aware of how you are thinking about things. The final card is the experiencing card. I always think that this is a card of growth, but to me it just, there's beauty. There's beauty coming from it, but it might not necessarily feel good in the process. Some growing pains kind of an energy. Our card from this is the Seed of the Heart. So remembering to take heart energy with us. I'm just going to read the last part of it. So it says, this oracle brings guidance. The right conditionings are being brought to you. The most perfect support for your own divine blessing. Trust. Know that the seed of your heart knows how to grow and life supports it. It's a sign that something in your relationship is sprouting. Ooh, some growth. Just in time for Libra season. New energy. Don't be afraid to try new ways of relating now as your life energy supports it. So that's fun. Shifting out of those projections into recognizing the reflections. Okay, so I have two offerings. One, I had a client who won a reading and was not able to use it. And then I passed it on to somebody, and they actually decided to pay it forward. So they paid for their free reading and paid it forward. So I have a free reading to offer somebody. So if you are somebody who's watched me for a while and you just don't have the funds to support a reading, but you feel like you need one, or you know somebody that needs one, who's struggling, needs a little support, I have one to offer. So reach out for that. And I have a fun thing. So I've been offering clearings, and I know not a lot of people understand what they are. And so I was like, ooh, I'm going to give away a free clearing as well. And we'll see. This could happen today, or it could happen some other time, depending on how astute you are or how good you are at noticing. So I did something different in the background. And whoever gets, it's just a word. Just use the word of what's different in the background, and the clearing is yours. And if nobody gets it today, I will change things and do it the next day. So this is going to be first come, first serve for that. So whoever gets it first, I think you're going to get it, but you never know, right? So anyways, let's do that. Let's see how this unfolds. Besides all this, you can always just book a reading or a clearing or whatever. You don't have to play the games with me. I guess my Leo moon wanted to play a little bit. But besides all this, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust the process. Namaste.